This is going to be a actually interesting topic that we're going to talk about today. And the reason being is because the entrepreneurs with a business already know that they need to be on YouTube regardless if they already have a channel that they use or don't use, even if they know what to do, what not to do, and how to work the platform, okay? But where the thought process is now, the entrepreneur is like, you know what? I want more money. I think I should be on LinkedIn. Because on LinkedIn, they are literally a different group of people. They are professionals. You ain't really got to nurture them as much. You just got to make sure you have your metrics together. But they're of a different caliber, as they would say, okay? Now, me personally, I ain't on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn because, I don't know, it's just the people over there weren't authentic. They weren't transparent. They weren't relatable. It was just, I ain't like it. But we gonna get into it, okay? Now, I do tend to ramble. So in case I do, I will leave timestamps down below in the description box. But also, if you see me pick up my phone, that is because I wrote down some talking points, and that's what I'm referring to. But other than that, y'all, is that all that I have to say? I think so. For those of y'all who don't know who I am and what I do, hey, my name is LEEA, and I am the face behind Content by LEEA. I do help entrepreneurs use YouTube as a marketing tool to get leads, clients, and sales so that they do not have to be on social media. Now, you grown. You do what you want to do. So if you finish watching this video and you're like, LEEA, I still want to be on social media, LinkedIn, whatever you do, that's your business. But understand, YouTube is not a social media platform. YouTube is the second top largest, biggest, greatest search engine. And if you can guess what number one is, I'll wait. It's Google. And if you didn't know, now you know that Google owns YouTube. So what better place to be than to be on YouTube, okay? So let's go ahead and dive into these talking points. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I guess that is why I have my phone. So let's unlock it. The first thing that I wanted to talk about, simple. Being on LinkedIn feels like a gated community. You can't even connect with the potential person that you will work with that's that moneymaker or high caliber person because you can't even reach them. See, the way that LinkedIn works is that sometimes, depending on how the person has their settings set up, you either have to know them directly or know people in their network. And if you can't get past their network, you can get to them. And oftentimes, you literally have to hope that the person ends up having their contact information somewhere on their LinkedIn. If not, that's it. Even on LinkedIn, you can't even message them even if you're in their network because of how things are done in their settings. It's just like a gated community. You know when they say, how you go hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. That's what LinkedIn feels like. Even if you wanted to get to your target audience, it may just be hard depending on how their settings are set up. So you got to ask yourself if you want to deal with that. Like gated community, it's like only certain people can sit with us, operate with us, and do what you got to do to get in there, but it's your choice, right? Now, when it comes to YouTube, YouTube is an open community. Of course, as long as you create your SEO content, which stands for search engine optimization, YouTube is going to do the marketing for you. They going to put you in front of your target audience. You open to the public, right? People are able to access you. There's no, let me see what I can get. And if I have to be part of this community, that community, you ain't got to worry about that. YouTube is an open community. LinkedIn is a gated community. You pick if you want the gated community or the open community. As an entrepreneur with a business, you want it to be easy to get the leads, clients, and sales. You don't want it to be all the extra stuff. So as far as building authority, why build authority on a platform where you can't even access the people when you want to? You choose, okay? The next thing, let's talk about the content. On LinkedIn, let's be honest. Like I mentioned before, the people are not relatable. They're not transparent. You don't even know if you can trust them because their content is literally not even them. It's something they search, they've AI'd or got from somebody else. So when it comes down to building authority as that expert, the person with the knowledge, the expertise, and the skills, you don't even know who to trust or not. Compared to YouTube, you have no choice but to understand that person, see the content they're putting out, listen and look at that authority that they're creating and building and their knowledge, their expertise, their skills. It's there. You can even binge watch it. There's no question about it. So you got to say, do I want to deal with AI, robotic, and unoriginal content? Or do I want relatable, authentic, transparent content? It sounds like to me, you need to be on YouTube and not LinkedIn, okay? Another thing, kind of to provide more context and reiterate in a different perspective, when it comes down to LinkedIn, it feels like endorsements and endorsements only. This person endorsed this person, and I agree with what you said, and I promote this, and I stand for this. Like, building authority, you can't build authority if somebody endorsing this person, that person, that person, and you don't even know what's true and what's not. It sounds like to me, you need to be on YouTube as an expert. Build your authority over there. You don't need nobody to endorse you because the social proof is going to speak for itself. And speaking of social proof, I think that's my next talking point. Hold on, let me see. Absolutely. See, on LinkedIn, you got to build connections. You got to have proof that you know and do what you do outside of your website. On YouTube, the social proof is already there. You don't have to worry about it. You got your videos. You got the context in the videos. You got the comment section. You got people backing you up. Even if there's no likes, there's no views, there's no comments, they get to hear it from you firsthand, the expert, and not just through another connection. So in a sense, the answer again, you should be where? On YouTube. Now, LinkedIn hasn't had any issues. YouTube hasn't had any issues. Look, now I'm getting close to the end of the video and I'm fumbling. I'm over here messing up, okay? LinkedIn does not have any issues that I know of, nor has YouTube had any issues that I know of, right? They've both been very stable. It's just more so, where do you want to go? There is many different more ways to make money on YouTube than there is on LinkedIn. There's many different options on YouTube than there is on LinkedIn. YouTube is more versatile than LinkedIn. When it comes to SEO, when you search on Google, YouTube is going to pop up, not LinkedIn. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to pop up on YouTube or do you want to randomly pop up when it comes on LinkedIn? It seems very simple. The answer's there. And in a sense, you also want something that's going to grow with you. You don't want something to be a cow. Let me backtrack, because that is a very valid point that I need to expound on and give more context to. If I'm looking for certain information and I go to Google, YouTube, your videos, your posts, your everything is going to pop up. Your LinkedIn is not going to pop up. And that's because when it comes down to the SEO, it's not searchable because a lot of people's accounts are private. You need a network, a connection. You know that gated community we talk about? So when people have problems as an entrepreneur with a business, you know to provide a solution. They go to Google's with their problem. They don't go to LinkedIn with their problems. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to do the work to be positioned in front of the people with LinkedIn? Or do I want to do the work, easy peasy, put in the effort and build the authority on YouTube? You pick and you choose. Now, if you need help, I can help you. Down below in the description box, there is a code that may or may not be there, but there for sure will be a link that you can use to work with me one-on-one. I will help you build a strategy. That way you can use YouTube to get leads, clients, and sales, and you ain't got to worry about LinkedIn. Now, if you say, Leah, I don't know, I ain't ready for the strategy just yet, I got it for now, cool. But understand, in the pinned comment section, I will leave a resource for you. You can know things about YouTube, the things you didn't know, research, the pros, cons, all that good stuff, how to use it for your business, CPM, RPM, it's all there. Get the free resource down below in the pinned comments. But if you ready to get the work, you ready to work one-on-one, get your leads, clients, your sales using YouTube as a marketing tool, look in the description box, okay? But other than that, y'all, I gotta go. It's work to be done. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell below so that you're notified every time your girl Leah, posts a video. So with that being said, my name is Leah. I'm the face behind Content by Leah, and I'll see you next time. Bye.